We now enter the Sundara Kanda, the most auspicious Sundara Kanda of Ramayana. The name of Sundara Kanda itself is special because every other Kanda is based on the events of that Kanda. Ayodhya Kanda because all the events happen in Ayodhya. Aranya Kanda because it all happens in the forest. Kishkinda Kanda for events in Kishkinda. Later Yuddha Kanda for the war. But Sundara Kanda alone has a special name. It is not marking the fact that the events happened over the ocean or in Lanka, but it is simply called the most beautiful Kanda because this is the glory of Hanuman's devotion, the symbolism behind it, and how this makes Sita and Ram's reunion possible through the devotion of Hanuman. So we saw that we begin Sundara Kanda with the great flight of Hanuman. Hanuman, with immense power, he flies out of Mahendra Parvat. He flies with such force that it is said all the trees and the leaves and everything in the mountain shake as he flies, and he flies as the arrow of Ram. He is going like Ramaban. And there are three obstacles he faces on the way, and every one he handles so deftly. First, there is a mountain called Mainaka, which rises up because the ocean, Sagar, feels a debt of gratitude to the Ikshwaku dynasty because Sagara, the erstwhile king of Ikshwaku dynasty, is the reason why Sagaras were formed, it is said. The ocean rises up, presents a mountain to rest for Hanuman. So when the Mainaka mountain comes up and says, please take some rest and go, Hanuman instantly says, no, I am here to execute the work of my master Sri Ram, so I'll take rest later, not right now. Thereby he shows his sense of purpose without getting distracted for a moment, and everyone praises it. It is said all the devas praise the first obstacle easily crossed. Then the second obstacle he faces is there is a demoness called Surasa. She comes up to test Hanuman by saying she will devour anyone who has to cross her. Anyone who crosses her has to enter her mouth. Hanuman doesn't want to kill her, so he says, please let me go because I am going on a divine mission. Do not block me. She says, no, you have to enter my mouth. So Hanuman becomes big then. He has all the siddhis. So he has the siddhi of becoming very huge. So when he becomes so huge, she also becomes huge. And he becomes even more huge, and they are correspondingly becoming bigger and bigger, and her mouth is so wide like a mountain now. And suddenly Hanuman instantly becomes extremely small and quickly enters her mouth and comes out. And then he comes back to his regular size and says, I have satisfied your condition of entering your mouth and coming out. She is very pleased with the quick thinking of Hanuman, so she blesses him and he goes on. Then third, there is this demoness called Simhika, who grabs people by the shadow. So as Hanuman is flying, his shadow is falling on the ocean, and she pulls the shadow, it is said, and thereby she is pulling Hanuman, and he is not able to proceed further. So in this case, because she is posing an obstacle, he decides to slay her. So he goes down inside her mouth and then comes out of it, tearing her apart. So this way Simhika's obstacle is also dissolved. Once all these obstacles are dissolved, then Hanuman reaches the shores of Lanka, and once he reaches the shores of Lanka, he sees this beautiful city with a fortress, and as he is about to enter the fortress, there is the Lankini, the guardian of the entire city, who's immensely powerful, and she says, you cannot enter. And Hanuman says, no, I'm going to enter and there is an argument, and then she doesn't allow and she starts to hurt him. So he instantly gives her a blow that is so hard that she falls down. And in that moment, she remembers a curse she got, which was also a prophecy that you will be a demoness here, but one day a monkey will come and blow you down, and that day you will be liberated. And not only that, that is the beginning of the end of Ravana. So she remembers that once the blow is received, so she knows Hanuman is divine, so she prays to him and she leaves. Then Hanuman enters the fortress, goes into the city of Lanka. And after he goes into the city, he sees this most opulent city. He sees palaces everywhere. There are Sanskrit chants going on. There is all kinds of opulences, wealth. It is night time. There are so many Rakshasas that are there celebrating in the night time, food and all the rest. He sees all that scattered around in various palaces. There is vivid description of all the various celebrative things they do in a very Rajasic way. He keeps looking for Sita everywhere. He cannot find anywhere. Then finally he comes upon the quarters of Mandodari, the main queen of Ravana, who is a very sattvic person. And when he sees her sleeping alone very quietly for a moment, he thinks this could be Sita, because he doesn't know how Sita looks. He only knows the qualities of Sita, and he sees some of those qualities in Mandodari. So he thinks for a moment this could be Sita Ma, but then he instantly corrects himself, saying there is no way Sita will be in the luxury of the palace. But this only goes to show how elevated Mandodari was, that she was compared with Sita. Then Hanuman keeps moving. Finally, after seeing the Pushpaka Vimana and all the other things in Lanka, he comes upon Ashokavana. And in Ashokavana, he sees Mother Sita living alone beneath a tree, clothes that are worn out and with frail body, sitting very gloomy. So he instantly recognizes that this is the Mother Sita. So he climbs up a tree and he's waiting for the right moment to talk to her. And as he is waiting there, its dawn is about to break, and Ravana comes there. Ravana comes again to threaten Sita and to coerce her. So he says, I've been waiting all this time. You better accept my proposal, and I will make you the principal queen of Lanka, and you will have all the luxuries. Every other queen will be your servant, and so on. Of course, Sita Ma chastises him. There is a beautiful episode. She takes a blade of grass, puts it between her and Ravana, and she says, you are not even equal to this blade of grass. Do not even try to cross this blade of grass, because my Prabhu Sri Ram is going to come and defeat you and take me back. And his brother Lakshmana is equally valorous. You do not know what you are playing with. She speaks so courageously. And Ravana is taken aback by her power, by her courage, even though she is in such a pitiable condition. Then he laughs at all this and he says, I'm going to give you only 2 more months. In 2 months, if you do not change your mind, then I will eat you for breakfast. This is what he exactly says. Alpaharam, it's the word. He says, I will eat you for breakfast. So this is how he threatens and goes. After he goes, all the various demonesses who are guarding, they also come and torment her. But there is one Trijata who is very kind, so she drives them all away. And she says she had a dream that Ram and Lakshman are coming across the ocean with an army to take back Sita. And hearing this, Sita is very pleased. Meanwhile, Hanuman is sitting on the tree watching all this, and when everybody is cleared, he now knows he has to approach Sita. But Hanuman shows his tremendous intelligence of how to approach the matter. Because if he simply comes down and announces that I am Hanuman. Sita may not believe it because Ravana is capable of all kinds of mystical powers, so she may think it is Ravana who is sending someone in the guise of a messenger of Ram. So he instantly decides the best way is to sing the story of Ramayana. So, as always in Ramayana, at every point when there is an obstacle, the story of the very same Ramayana is being sung till that moment. And so, again, he begins from the beginning through the wedding of Ram and Sita, through the Ayodhya events of being sent to the forest, and then the forest stay and the abduction, all of it. When she hears all this, Sita, her eyes are in tears. And not only that, Hanuman, it is said, Valmiki says Hanuman did not speak in Sanskrit there. It's very interesting observation because Ravana is very good at Sanskrit. He's an expert in Sanskrit. And therefore, Hanuman thinks if I speak in Sanskrit, then she may think I am Hanuman, I am Ravana. And therefore, it is said he speaks in a Prakritika Bhasha. What it is not known. All these ways, Hanuman applies his intelligence to communicate to Sita that he is a genuine messenger of Ram. And then he comes down from the tree and then he presents the ring of Ram to consummate the proof that he is the messenger of Ram. She is completely moved to tears and she is very happy and she says, when is Sri Ram coming here? And he says he is making preparations. I'll go and announce and he'll come back. And then Hanuman offers, seeing the pitiable condition of Sita, that we don't have to wait for Ram. I can take you, mother, right now back to your Prabhu Sri Ram. But of course she denies it. She says, only Ram can come and take me. Nobody else can take me. I'll wait for Ram to come. And he honors it. He says that is indeed as perfect as I would expect you to say. So I will make sure this happens. And then he takes leave of her. And then he says, I will just announce my arrival to Ravana to strike some fear, gets her blessings. And then he starts creating havoc in that forest. So the news reaches Ravana. He sends his army, seeing who is this monkey that is causing havoc. Everyone who comes is effortlessly killed by Hanuman. Jambu Mali and so many others. And Akshay Kumar comes, the son of Ravana. He is also killed. So finally they realize that this is no ordinary monkey, and Indrajit himself comes, the primary son of Ravana. And he is a very valorous and extremely powerful warrior. And he also cannot conquer Hanuman. The fight is so intense. Then finally he decides to launch the Brahmastra. And Hanuman, for two reasons. One, to honor Brahmastra, and to also get an opportunity to see Ravana directly, he bows down and he gets bound by it. And then he is taken as a prisoner to the court of Ravana. And as soon as he goes to the court of Ravana, he frees himself effortlessly. And he tells Ravana directly, you are a fool to take Mother Sita. You are plotting your own death by these actions. You better return her right now, otherwise your death is assured. Hearing this, Ravana is completely shocked to hear such strong words never spoken to him before. He orders for Hanuman to be killed. But Vibhishan, who is there, the younger brother of Ravana, is very wise, is very sattvic. He counsels Ravana that it is inappropriate to ever touch a messenger. But they ask, who are you? Because all of this, they notice that Hanuman is speaking with such great valor. Who is sending him? So Hanuman declares boldly, I am the servant of Ram. In a very beautiful, famous verse, he says, Dasoham Kausalendrasya Ramasya Aklishta Karmanaha Hanuman Shatru Sainyanam Nihanta Marutatmajaha. He says, I am the son of Maruta, servant of Ram, destroyer of enemies. Hanuman is my name. He declares so boldly, and Vibhishana still ensures that he is not harmed. So he says, we can only burn the tail of this monkey, We cannot kill the monkey being a messenger. So the tail of this monkey is burned. This news reaches Mother Sita that Hanuman has been caught and his tail has been burned. So she prays to Agni Deva to be very cool to Hanuman and not cause any fire, any heat. Accordingly, the fire doesn't even affect Hanuman. He then decides to have some fun with that fire. He goes around Lanka and sets the entire city on fire. Everywhere he goes, he sets fire to Lanka, and the entire Lanka is burning. And he sits there on top of the highest palace watching all this fire. And this very scene is so beautifully, vividly described. It is also symbolic of the fire of wisdom. Hanuman is the surrendered mind, and the surrendered mind burns material attachment, which is Lanka. And Hanuman sits majestically in the midst of this burning fire, symbolizing the fire of wisdom that is decimating all attachments when the mind is fully surrendered. Then, as a last thing, he goes back to Ashokavana to check Ashokavana is not affected, and in fact, it is completely safe. He gets the blessings of Mother Sita again, and she also gives him her chudamani, her hair ornament, to give Ram so that he knows that it is coming from Sita. She also narrates a small incident that only Ram and Sita know of a bird, a crow, that tried to hurt Sita and for which Ram sent a weapon. And so she tells Hanuman that the Lord who sent a weapon against a bird who tried to hurt me, how can he remain quiet when Ravana is doing all this? Please tell him. So this event is very private and known only to Ram and Sita, and therefore by giving this event, Sita ensures that Ram knows it is coming from Sita along with the Chudamani. Hanuman takes it and assures her not to worry. Suddenly he'll come in no time and take you back. And he flies back. And once he flies back, as he promised to Mainaka, he takes a momentary rest to honor the word, goes to the shores of the southern tip of Bharat, and all the monkeys are all waiting there. He gives them the good news. They are all very happy. Jambavan counsels that they should all go back to Ram and give this news. They go back. On the way, there is a place called Madhuvan, which is full of honey and fruits and all kinds of things that monkeys love, which is guarded by Dadimukh, who is a attendant or an assistant of Sugriva. And normally these monkeys do not dare to enter Madhuvan. But that day they are all happy, so they enter Madhuvan and they plunder Madhuvan, having fun because they are in such a celebratory mood that they have found Sita. The news reaches Sugriva. Sugriva immediately, he is very intelligent. He says, if these monkeys have the audacity to plunder Madhuvan, that means the news is good. They have found Sita. So he is very happy actually hearing this news. Sure enough, they all reach, tell Sugriva, and then they all go to Ram. And Hanuman announces to Ram very beautifully that I have found Sita. In Kambaramayan, it is said, Kandain Sitayai. He starts by saying, I've seen. Drishta Sita, the same expression used in Valmiki Ramayan. He first says, I've seen, so that there is no doubt in Ram's mind. Then he says, Sita, and he gives the Chudamani back. Ram is extremely pleased. He hugs Hanuman with great love for his own devotee. With this, Sundara Kanda comes to a beautiful end with the most happy note that just the very flight of Hanuman with great determination, devotion, and intelligence has resolved everything. Yuddha Kanda is merely a formality now because Hanuman has done everything that's necessary for the reunion of Sita and Ram.